Arsenal's contract situation. David Ornstein reporting recently that William Saliba is about to or has signed a 4-year contract extension. Isaac, how are you feeling about that?
Genuinely, I've heard someone say it. I think it was on the Gooner Talk, which is a channel I watch a lot, and I agree with their opinion, which is that this is the best business Arsenal will do this summer.
Yes.
Signing, because there's a lot of players in our team, and there's a lot of signings which we want, like Declan Rice. I think you can get players, but there are backup options for Declan Rice. I don't think there's a backup option for William Saliba. I think he's one of the most irreplaceable players in that Arsenal side, and it's so rare you get someone that good at that age, and they will still improve. Physically, Jesus Christ. I remember when we signed him when he was 18, and he had a deep voice, and he was 6'4", and I thought, God.
Yeah.
It's such an amazing signing to get him on till 2027. I don't know if there's a year option add-on, but I don't know. But we're signing a lot of our talent on, and not just him. In the last year, we've signed Martinelli onto a long-term contract, Gabriel, Saka, Ramsdale recently, and it looks like we're going to sign Nelson on, and also looks like Martin Odegaard we're going to sign on, and that is a vast improvement to where Arsenal were recently. You had the likes. I remember, I think 2018, Sanchez was going out in the summer, Ozil was going out, Wilshere was going out, and that was a
massive cause for anxiety over the last.
And then the year after that, Ramsey was, and do you
remember the Theo Walcott saga? For years,
every time he signed a contract, it went down to the final year.
Yeah,
and every time we were begging him, and it was just like, all you're doing is you're giving the players the power to get whatever money they want. Because if you let a contract go down, they have all the power. They can go, well, I can go to this club for free, or you give me exactly the money I want. And that's what it leads to. And if you do them this early, and also it's very good signing them now, because the club's at a very good point, there's a lot of positivity, they're going to be more willing to do it. William Saliba took a long time. I think his injury didn't help. I think also his history of Arsenal and the loans and stuff, the fact that this season he's proved how much of an asset he is. Yeah. He obviously has the right to kind of put in place, I probably deserve the top, one of the top wages. And
he does, and I was worried for years. I mean, for people that don't know, Arsenal signed William Saliba back in 2019, I believe. Yeah. And it was already agreed with Saint Etienne that we would sign him, and then he would spend the following season on loan. And then he was due to come back, and I remember him playing
we didn't register him in the Premier League in his second season. This is the insane bit. We registered him in his first season. Unai Emery. This is the best thing Unai Emery has ever done. He registered him as part of our Premier League squad in his first season, even though he was on loan, because he was 18. And if you're 18 or younger and you're resting in the Premier League squad, after a few years, you count as homegrown.
Okay.
So William Saliba does count as a homegrown player because he did that. So it's the best thing Unai Emery ever did. But season after that, with Arteta, he wasn't registered. I think what happened was we were trying to get him on a loan deal, and nothing would stick, nothing would work, nothing was agreed, and then out of nowhere, the Premier League started, and William Saliba can't play. No. And he played in the Papa Johns. I think he got a red card against Gillingham or something.
Yeah, it wasn't great, was it?
And then
he went on loan to Marseille?
No, he went to Nice that season.
He went to Nice?
He went to Nice, had a good time there, and then the season after that, I thought, are we going to see Saliba? Yeah. No, and then he went to Marseille then, and at that point, I genuinely thought, this is it. This feels like he's just, the first loan made sense, but it got to the point where I didn't think he'd ever play. And then this summer started, and I saw him pre-season playing, and I was like, okay, he's actually playing now. He's actually getting game time. Is he going to start every game? And then the first game this season, I mean, he got man of the match in his Premier League debut.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
And he's unbelievable. I said this the moment I saw him. First time I saw him play was Emirates Cup last year, and I just said he's a Rolls Royce for centre back. Just the composure, the confidence of him. Not only is he great aerially, the way he can just get the ball off and just go around and attack it with ease. He's just calm as you like as a defender.
He's a fantastic defender. He's a defender that I see at the, hopefully he stays for this,
I'll be honest, out of all the players at Arsenal, if I could see one going, I could see Saliba going.
Yeah, and I do. But, what would really suit, and I can see this happening, he stays at Arsenal for this contract. And then potentially
maybe signs on a new one, and then 2 years into that,
and he goes to Madrid.
Or he 100%. I 100% think he can. Yeah, 100%, because he's just.
So if Rudiger can sign for Madrid, Saliba can sign for Madrid.
Oh yeah, I think the market for young centre backs right now. I think he is the best centre back of his age in the world.
Potentially.
I think so.
Potentially. You know, it's hard to think of another that's on his level at his age as well. I mean, in the Premier League, he's certainly the best young defender.
I mean, he held his own against Mbappe last year.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of a good sign. And, you know, when we played Man City, it didn't go well. He only played one game against Man City. But first half, he dealt with Haaland pretty well. And then Haaland switched sides. And then Haaland had a great game against Gabriel.
Yeah.
But,
something I also want to point out as well, you know, Saliba ended up missing 11 games of the last Premier League season due to injury.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what? So Man City finished 5 points ahead of us in the end, didn't they? I'm sorry, but if we had Saliba in that squad, I think it's very hard to argue that Arsenal wouldn't have won the league. I genuinely think we would.
I think so too. Saliba, the impact he has on this side, people do not know. And maybe if we figured out early on, after he got injured, that Kiwior would have been a better placement than Holding, we maybe would have still won it. But
I'm glad we gave Holding the respect he deserved to fill in that spot. Because he's kind of earned it.
He's earned that by being a good... But
he
I
wasn't
think
enough.
his run of games is one of the worst runs of games he's had at one of the most times we've ever needed him. And, you know, Saliba kind of, that injury gave him like the position to negotiate and go, well, I'm clearly one of the most important players in the squad because we've bottled the title. When I was playing, you know, it was all but one.
Exactly,
And this entire contract situation, I have to give credit to Edu, Rich Garlic, all the people who have been employed, because we're running like a sufficient self-sustaining club.
You know, we're running like Liverpool were running when they were approaching their success.
Yeah, we're just, everyone's on with the project. Everyone believes in what we're doing at the club, and they are all going for it. And I do think we will win a major trophy.
That was a little bit hard to go.
I was like, do I specify?
Yeah.
I think we will win a major trophy very soon.
All it takes is for Man City to drop off one season and that Premier League's ours.
I mean, the Champions League is the hardest trophy to win for them.
Yes.
So, you know, it's not that's the only one where it's not a guarantee. So, you know, why don't we just go for it?
Just go for it. Just go for it.
It's the only thing we're missing. And if we win the Champions League, no one can actually no one can banner us anymore, because we've filled in, you know, it's like noughts and crosses. We filled in all the boxes. Filled in all the gaps. We're fine.
Hey you!
Yeah?
Yes, you!
How did you get in my house?
Do you like YouTube?
Yeah?
Sometimes find it a bit dull?
No, I love YouTube.
Then you should subscribe to the Football in Question YouTube channel.
Why?
They've got podcast clips, original content, and also they have your family hostage.
What?
Like I said, subscribe now!
If you want to see your family again, subscribe now.
Mum,